Hey, welcome back, knife nerds and everyday key people. It's the Big Karnucker here, and I am coming at you with a little review here on a little tool with a big heart. I guess, kind of like me. I'm a little tool with a big heart. Now, I ended up getting this Leatherman Squirt PS4 for my birthday here in July. My wife asked me what I wanted, and I told her I wanted a multi-tool. And after the eye rolls ensued, I said, no, it's just a little small multi-tool I want to keep on my keychain. And she said, why do you want to keep a little small multi-tool on your keychain when you have a bigger multi-tool on your belt, or a bigger multi-tool in your car or in the truck? And that was a very, very valid question. If you are the type of person who has a multi-tool already on your pocket or in your truck, do you need something like this? And I think the answer is yes. I would say resoundingly so, yes. Now, let's just have a quick look here. This is a Victorinox Spirit, so you can see the size. You've got quite a bit smaller, and then you've got your Gerber, and this is as you can see that they are quite a bit bigger size than this little Squirt PS4. And that's the only thing, is I wish they wouldn't call it a Squirt, but it denotes something small. So the reason I would say yes is because this is such a little handy dandy carrying size that can fit easily in your front watch pocket. It can fit easily in any of your pockets. It can fit so easily on your keys. And you know what? You don't always have your large multi-tool with you. Especially, if I'm going to a function where I'm going to be dressed up, I'm in a suit, I'm in a tie, something like that. I'm not going to be having a multi-tool on my pocket, in my pocket. So hence, I always have my vehicle keys with me, and I think that this is just a great little tool to have along with you. Now, is this thing going to be, one of my favorite things to do is if I go to a hotel, I've had lots of stays in hotel over the last 3 years with my injury, and I hate going into a hotel and having a terrible shower because they've got so much stuff jammed in the shower head. Water regulator, so I always pop off the shower head, remove that, have a great shower, and put it back the next day. This isn't going to do something like that for you. But what it is going to do is, in everyday life, we are always dealing with, small little, plastic things, or just little, little tools, things like that. I've got, small bottle caps, just our everyday electronics and everyday things around our entire lives, where it's really so handy to have something small that you can just kind of reach, grab, and twist something. Because, especially as you get older, you don't always have that same kind of grip strength. Something like this is, I've used it almost like tweezers. That's the real big thing with this. It is so handy. Is it going to save your life? Possibly. You never say never, but it is going to improve the quality of your life, because we always run into those situations where we need something like a little pair of tweezers or pliers, something to grab a hold and twist or cut or get into opening something. So let's kind of go over that now, the tool section in this. Now, they say that it has, I do believe it is 10 tools. If I'm not mistaken, Squirt 9 tools, I apologize. So you're going to have yourself a set of pliers and needle nose with the little cutters here too as well. And what I like about these are the fact that they're so thin to be able to kind of get into areas. And they do work really, really extremely well, on a brands of multi-tools that are, I'm going to say, have a less than stellar reputation. They don't grab, the ends don't grab very well. And if you can grab like a pair of paper and you can tear it like that, you've got a tool that is well aligned. And that's where you're going to be able to say, maybe pull out a small sliver. I actually happened to use it for a little bit of home surgery, these pliers, and they worked perfect. Where something like this would have been way too big and way too painful. And Maybe I have got really bad ingrown toenail. Let's just say it's a little bit gross, but we get older and it just happens. So imagine this is your big toe. What I end up doing all the time is I end up taking a little grinder, basically with a small bit, and I just grind the side of the line there. And then what I end up doing is I grab a nail with my multi-tool here and I pull it off, and it hurts like a bastard, but it feels so good afterwards. So that's just a little small area where I've used these, and the smallness has come in so handy. They are spring loaded, so they're absolutely, they've got some great action on them, and they're the right size to get into those little small jobs that we have to do every single day. All right, so let's see what else here we've got. We have got a small little blade. Now, just, we're talking a smidge over an inch here. What are you going to do with this? It's amazing what you can do with an inch of blade. As far as cutting into packages, you can use it to cut into your envelopes. I don't know how many times, I'm reaching for something to cut into, even open a cardboard box, because lots of times they've got, little tape tabs. Give it a little bit of a cut, you're in, Bob's your uncle. But you do have to watch with that little blade. It's on your keys. If you're headed to, say, like a courthouse or into the airport, you're going to lose your multi-tool, even though you think, well, what can I do with that? Security has got some issues. Now, of course, we've got a wood and metal file here too as well. And with the size of this, I use it for mostly the time I use it is for a nail file. I've used it to file down the odd things too as well. Lots of times, especially with kids' toys, I've got my granddaughter out here. There's been a few times when we've picked her up some toys, and you have what's called a flashing. When something's pressed, plastic, a little bit of squish out goes in the mold, and that's called flashing. And sometimes it gets really, really sharp, and this is so handy just to give it a little bit of a file off. I've done that, and for me, I absolutely hate having my nails snag on some clothing or, like that. And this, I've popped this out so many times, just give it a little bit of a file away, and like I said, that's not going to save my life, but it is going to make my life so much better. All right. On the other side, you've got yourself a couple of pull-out tools here. You've got yourself a small, tiny screwdriver, and almost like a little tiny pry bar, and then you've got a medium screwdriver with a bottle opener. Now, it is not a multi-tool unless it has a bottle opener. I don't happen to drink, but I know I've got lots of friends who do, so lots of times they'll want me, hey, let me see your tool, pop open their brews, and I'm the hero. All right, so you've also got a medium-size flathead screwdriver, and it has got a little bit of thickness to it, where I'm not going to use this a lot of times to pry anything real heavy-duty, but today I'm carrying the swayback, and the swayback has got a very, very fine tip on it, and I know that knives are not prying tools, they're cutting tools, but every once in a while you need to pop something open. Well, I always have this with me, so this is going to be the thing that I say is my nice tip. All right. And of course, we've got, I think, something that once you have one of these tools in your pocket or on your keychain, and you take these scissors and you use them, you will be blown away at how many times you're going to use these scissors. And I was. When I had my very first multi-tool was a Leatherman Wave. I thought for sure the tool that I would use the most would be the pliers, and it wasn't. The tool that I use the most in a day-to-day has been my scissors. It's amazing how many times I need to cut little small, pieces of paper, pieces of string, little threads. It's, a knife is so handy to lop off a little thread, but you can't always take your big honking knife out in the middle of a meeting and get that thread that's going to pull and ruin something, where you can pop this little multi-tool out, use it to cut your piece of thread, and Bob's your uncle, and you're good. And it is a really, really great set of scissors. Now I've also been able to use these as actual, instead of nail clippers, I've been able to cut my nails with these scissors. And you know what? It does a tiny bit of, some of the nails it cuts beautifully. I don't have to worry about it. Other times it leaves a little bit of an edge, so I just take the file and I have to file them afterwards. But you'd be amazed at how versatile a small pair of scissors like this is. So what I recommend, they come in a black version, they come in red, and they come in blue. And I happen to really like the red they come in. It's more of a kind of a burgundy wine type of color. Would I recommend these? I think absolutely. Now they're $52.95 here in Canada and $39.99 in the States using the conversion. Wait till they go on sale, guys. That's the one thing. $50, that's a lot of pill to swallow for this little small tool. I happened to get these as a birthday present, and they were on sale for a little over $40. And I mean, the other really great thing about this is the fact that they have the 25-year Leatherman warranty. So that's what kind of swings it to me. If there was no warranty on this at $52, I would be very hesitant. But with the 25-year warranty, it gives me a little bit of peace of mind. If I happen to try to use these pliers a little too heavy duty and I break the thing, send it into warranty to Leatherman, and they'll either replace what's wrong. More than likely, they'll just send you a brand new PS4. And that makes it a little bit more worth it for me. And now the other thing too as well is I've got some small multi-tools around here, and I wish I could find them. Unfortunately, I can't. But when you do actually look at your little small multi-tools that you get at your gas station for $9, they are horrible things. I mean, the scissors, they don't cut. The rounded edges here, basically you've got almost like a clamshell designed, and you try to put any sort of pressure on there and they cut into your hands. They rust. Sometimes you get what you pay for, and paying some extra money to get this Leatherman, I think it is definitely worth it. So, it is an invaluable tool as an everyday carry item. If you don't have one, make sure you pick one up. Highly recommended by the Big Canucker. Now, thank you so much for stopping by. If you like what you saw, please give me the thumbs up, as well as give me the old subscription. Now, my goal is to hit 1,000 before the year is out. So please, tell your friends that you've got a big goofy Canadian doing reviews on everyday carry stuff. Don't forget to check that guy out. Thank you so much for stopping by, you guys. Please keep your stick on the ice, the shiny side up. Stay safe. This is the Big Canucker saying adios.